Good morning, passengers. This is Captain Bot 6000. The best part about the Amish is you can make fun of them online and they will never know. Unless one of you narcs. Have a nice flight.
Hello and welcome to Piloting the Pilots, the podcast. My name is Erin. With me, as always, is my Amish lover, Cameron. How are you doing today, honey?
I love thee.
Party on, Garth.
Dost thou love me? Dost thou love the taste of butter?
I do not love thine butter.
How are you today?
You know, I'm doing all right.
All right, that's great.
How about you?
I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing all right.
Ooh,
How about
nice.
that? Show's over, everyone. We're going to go enjoy our lives. I hope you guys are all enjoying your lives, too. And, you're not getting caught out there with perv glasses.
Gross.
Um,
Just be a perv in the bushes like normal.
I know.
Just hang out in the bushes.
There is no...
You know what's better about pervs hanging out in the bushes?
They're in the bushes?
They're in the bushes.
You don't have to see them.
And you don't have to see them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, too, if you do find them, take a baseball bat to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, easy. Why do you think we have baseball bats all over our house? It's not because we love baseball.
It's such a weird thing. I mean, I know they had to get Kylie Jenner up in here to be like, it's not just for pervs. And it's like...
King Kylie representing donuts and pervs.
It's just like, there's no good use for meta glasses.
No, there's really not.
Except for perving.
It's for pervs. It's for upskirts.
Yeah, it's literally
that's
for
what
perving.
it's for. That is exactly what it's for.
It does nothing that your phone cannot already do, except for it's like, oh.
It's even worse.
Now I can record you without your consent. Like,
what I love about it, too, is they're like, oh, you can tell if it's recording, the light's on. No, there's workarounds.
Yeah,
Trust me, the pervs have already found it.
The pervs... The one thing pervs like more than perving
is a challenge of getting away with things.
It's the challenge of getting away with perving. They love a challenge. Like, how can I make this? It's like they're like, no, it'll be safe. They're like, you'll know if a perv is recording you. They're like, but what if we made it so we could still perv?
You know what pisses me off the most about these perv glasses?
Yeah.
Isn't that they're pervy? It's that the frames are those really Uggo bulky ones.
Yeah.
I have been looking for Uggo bulky frames.
Yeah.
Because I want some really ugly ass glasses.
Yeah.
And no, Meta's taking that from me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're perv glasses now.
Yeah.
You fucking bitches. I wanted those big, ugly 1980s glasses. The huge pink frames.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're monstrous. And I wanted one. But no, now they're perv glasses.
Yeah.
F*** you, Meta. F*** you, man. You took away my Uggo glasses.
Yeah, exactly. The whole concept, it's just like with all technology now. And we're going to hey guys, we actually have an excuse to talk about AI today.
Yeah.
Like, there's no good reason for it except for perving.
Yeah. Meta glasses are strictly for perving.
Yeah. Well, you can look
sort
stuff
of like
up.
Guns are strictly for killing. There's not another use for them. They are strictly for killing, just like perv glasses are strictly for perving.
Yeah, it's a tool. You can go like, well, a gun's a tool. It's like, it's a tool for killing.
For killing.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It does not do anything else.
But I love the commercials with like Kylie.
Yeah.
To show like, oh, look at the other things you do. It could be a phone. It's like, my AirPods are a phone.
My watch is a phone.
My literal phone is a phone.
My cell phone telephone.
My cell phone telephone is adequate. I don't need perv glasses. So let me tell you guys, let me be very clear here. If you are wearing Meta glasses, you are a weirdo perv.
100% a perv.
There's no good
There's
reason
no
for
other
it.
reason for it.
And you're aligning yourself with the weird nerdy pervs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sorry, that's it.
Not even sorry. Not even
Not
sorry.
even sorry,
Not
just-
even sorry.
I mean, accept it, I guess.
You're a perv. Own it.
Enjoy spending like an hour on the dark web trying to find
Being
out how
like,
to like
"Oh,
get the
can I
light
have-
to counter now.
Can I have little girl upskirt shots, please?
Yeah, like-
yeah, you fucking perv. That's who you are.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, it's like the people like Elon Musk who's like
Yeah.
suing to be like, no, people should be allowed to make fake nudes of little girls.
Like, you're fucking gross. That's not art.
Who?
That's not art. Not art. It's one thing to be like, yeah, we need these paintings from, the classical
Yeah.
masterpieces
Yeah.
with the tits hanging out
Yeah.
or whatever. They're like, oh, that's perfect. No, that's actual art.
Yeah.
But putting little girls in bikinis and making them naked, that's not fucking art, you fucking piece of shit.
We used to live in a society, guys, we used to live in a society
It
where
still wasn't
someone,
good.
even the pervs would be ashamed to go to court to be like, no,
They hid in the shadows.
we have the right to see naked children. This used to be really weird. So if you have a problem with this, check yourself. Please get yourself checked out. The other thing is, like, we've been watching a lot of stuff. And again, we're going to be talking about AI today. Sorry, guys, but we watched a sci-fi show, and it's in the DNA of this. And it's very prescient and
I was like,
actually a little
ooh,
bit sad.
how is this so relatable?
we currently do not support Amazon, or we try not to as much as possible. I mean, but sometimes everyone else just seems to drop the fucking ball, so you
They
end up-
have zero inventory, and it's like, well, now you're forcing me to go to this direction.
Yeah, that
So
happens
maybe
to us.
that's why you're running out of business?
Yeah, we tried to we had to order some stuff, and we tried to not go to Amazon, but it was like the only place you could get it was Amazon. So it was
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I have to support this fucking shit
Yep.
because you guys need to step it up too.
You need better fucking buyers.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You need better fucking buyers. That is a skilled job, and you guys have fired them all thinking AI can just put in inventory for you.
Yeah, exactly. And AI is dumb. So I have a 30-day free trial to Amazon Prime, and so we're like, well, since we got this, we might as well watch some Amazon Prime shows.
Yeah, like I've been really wanting to watch Ride or Die. I didn't know it was a show. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been an excellent movie. As a show, the first few episodes I thought were really fun and silly. And,
Yeah.
Something just like mindless
Mhm,
fun.
mhm.
But then the trash panda died, and then everybody started dying. And I was like, I know this is a show about an assassin,
Right.
but there's a lot of fucking deaths in this.
Yeah, and we should say this is a new show, so we shouldn't spoil.
I didn't spoil
No,
anything.
I'm not saying you did. I'm
You
just
have to
saying,
figure out what I mean by trash panda.
Exactly. Ride or Die, if you don't know, stars.
Two gorgeous women.
It stars Hannah Waddingham from, you might know from like Ted Lasso and other things.
Or just being, gorgeous.
Exactly. Octavia Spencer, and it's a show.
She's from that NASA movie.
Oh yeah. Oh,
She was amazing in that.
was she in that one?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's about Hannah Waddingham is an assassin who is over 50. So there is a kind of.
Or not. We don't know her age.
I thought they did. I thought they confirmed it.
No, she did not confirm it.
Oh, she didn't.
No, she was like, I'm not 50.
Oh, okay. So we don't know what
So
her
you don't
age is. But the point is they are best friends. But here's the thing with Ride or Die, guys, and this is like very important, I think, for people to understand. There's nothing in the story that is particularly groundbreaking.
No. Not,
It's a very familiar story.
yes.
However, just because something is familiar doesn't mean you can't have a new spin on it,
Yeah.
or it can't be enjoyable.
Yeah.
It can be enjoyable, familiar, but still not be derivative.
Yes. And that's Ride or Die. Yeah.
And so I'm just to give you guys a heads up. We watched 3 shows, series incomplete, or at least those seasons, on Amazon Prime. We'll tell you the other 2 in just a second. Ride or Die was the most enjoyable one we watched.
Yeah, I had fun watching that.
Was it doing anything groundbreaking? Not
No.
really. But it was enjoyable. It hit all the beats it needed to hit.
Yeah.
I was excited and engaged in the TV show. And the one thing it did do, like you said, is like people fucking die in it.
Yeah, like a lot of people die in it.
And,
Like a lot.
And I do appreciate a show where I guess you could say the two mains have a little bit of plot armor.
Yeah, I think they'll always have plot armor, but everybody else does not.
Like I don't see in season 2 Octavia Spencer being killed or Hannah Wadding. Like they're but like if you are anybody else,
you will die.
There is
likely.
a good chance you might die.
Yeah.
And like that, I always enjoy a real threat in a show.
Yeah.
And especially when you're talking about a show about assassins, like these are people who are cutthroat and sociopathic. What I liked about the show too is that those side characters who do die, you get enough of them. The acting is so well done, the writing is so well done that you care when they die.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, yeah, that person dies. It's like, literally, like, there's one guy who had like maybe 4 or 5 lines, and he dies, and you're like, oh my god, they killed that guy? Like,
yeah, like, it's mind-blowing, really.
And it's not like with any kind of fan, it's very like, you're dead now.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we're going. So, in that respect, I really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I would recommend that show to people. This isn't
a cerebral thing. This is fun. This is fun. This is silly. Sometimes it gets dark. Yeah. But it's mostly just fun and silly.
Yes. So if you go into it with that attitude, it's actually kind of like it's a very, I know we don't like this decade, but very mid-90s in its insensibilities a little bit. Like those action movies, those old action movies.
Oh, you mean in terms of action? Yes, in terms of action, it's 90s.
Not in terms of like...
not in terms of how they treat our main characters.
Yeah, because...
I loved their friendship. Because it is so rare in Hollywood for women to not be fighting over a man.
Yes.
Or hating each other.
Yes.
You know, I loved being like, actually seeing real friendship.
Yes.
For women protagonists. It's so refreshing. It's so nice because most of the time when you see women on screen, they're being told to hate each other.
Right.
Or they're not actually friends. They're catty, they're mean, they're nasty, they're incompetent. They're just the worst.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not women friendship.
Yes.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. That does not represent women friendship at all. But Ride or Die mostly did.
And one thing I like about Ride or Die, and I want to say this in a way that's sensitive, so hopefully I mean this in the best possible way. What I liked about it too is I feel like a lot of times when you have a same-sex relationship that is a loving relationship, people are automatically like, oh, they're gay.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I have no problem if they were gay, but it is nice to see you can love someone of the same sex, like actual true love that's not tipping over like, well, and then they have to have sex because sex is part of love or whatever, you know what I mean?
That just repeats what I just said.
Yeah.
That's a real woman friendship.
Yeah.
We love each other deeply.
Right.
Not sexually.
Yeah.
We love each other deeply.
Yeah.
And we support each other deeply.
Yeah.
That's real women friendship. Mm-hmm. And that is never represented.
Yeah.
In movies, books. Like Little Women touch upon it. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't go into the reality of a real friendship with women. Yeah. We have deep bonds with each other. So much so that our periods start aligning with each other.
Right, yeah.
We go in sync with each other. Mm-hmm. And that's something that men will never understand. Right. That sort of deep bond. And that's probably also why it's not done in movies or books. Because there's so few women who can write something like that. Exactly. And men don't fucking understand it at all. No. Not even remotely. Mm-hmm. So that's why we don't have it. So that's why I really did appreciate Ride or Die, because it's 80% there. Yeah. Which is really impressive. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And the other thing I really enjoyed about it, the other thing I watched this week, I started Event Horizon because Sam Neill died, but I haven't really had a chance to finish it. But I watched Face Off over the course of the week. And it's such a gross movie.
It's such a stupid movie. It's such a dumb premise. Mm-hmm. But as I was watching it, I was like, there is so much going on here that is almost like nourishing me in terms of movie viewing, and I think Ride or Die in its way, it has it because it was a lot of practical stunts in Ride or Die.
Yeah, it was really nice to see real stunt people.
Yeah, where you just had real stunt people. There's like one point like a car blows up and you're like, wow, they blew up a car. Like, wow. Like,
yeah, it wasn't a CG car, it's a real ass car.
And it feels visceral. And so I haven't watched Face Off in a really, really long time. And I'm watching it and I'm like, first of all, Nicolas Cage and John Travolta are like making choices. They had to have gotten together. Like, I feel like they really, I don't know, but I feel like John Travolta and Nicolas Cage spent a weekend together discussing their characters in this dumb fucking movie and how they would react, and everything is the craziest choice.
Yeah.
Even like John Travolta / Nick, when they spoiler, they face off. Their faces come off. Like, even when they, like the normie, like John Travolta's original character. Like, even he's weird as like everything he does is weird.
Yeah.
Like, you can say like, well, Nicolas Cage is like a crazy Joker-esque villain, but like, so he is crazy, right? But like, everything is crazy. And I was like, this is something you would never get with AI.
No.
Like, you could be like, hey, AI, write me a Face-Off sequel. But it would never capture, and even you could be like, I want my characters to be unhinged.
AI doesn't understand unhinged.
It would do it, but it would be like, there's something about watching real people do it. You know what I mean? Like, it would come off looking like slop.
Yeah.
If they did it. It was like, okay, you'd roll your eyes. When you watch Face Off, you're like horrified, but also like mesmerized by it. You were like, wow, this is so weird, because these are real people who did this.
Right.
And again, it's all practical effects, real stunt people, like times where they'll have a slow motion shot of them being exploded through the air, and you can clearly see their stunt doubles' faces. There's no effort to make them hide it or anything. And I'm like, there's something about this is very like, oh, this is good. This is how it should be, you know? What I was thinking of is like, today, it feels like every choice made, like actors don't get to make choices, I feel like, anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe some specific ones do, but I feel like in that case, like I said, I feel like they took a weekend and were like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and this way we can like work together and be like on the same page. I feel like nowadays, if you have a movie, say it's like a Marvel movie or a superhero movie or whatever, you have a group at Warner Brothers who is like, or like, say it's Supergirl, she has to be this certain way. We need her to appeal to these quadrants, you know?
Right.
And so you don't give Millie Alcock the freedom to really develop her character the way she wants to. There's no trust in the actor.
Right.
It's like, no, you can't do a Nicolas Cage. That's crazy. You know, but like, wouldn't it be so much more interesting if she was just able to like let freaking loose and do her craft? Yeah. You know? So the other thing, so we liked Ride or Die. Total recommendation for that.
Absolutely. Want something silly and fun? That one.
Absolutely. The other two shows that we watched, a bit of diminishing returns on these, I think. I feel like. The first one...
Hey, they were trash.
They were bad. Let's call it what it is.
Let's call it what it is. They were bad.
The first one we did on the first episode on this podcast, it was probably one of our first episodes. We did Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, Season 2. Oh boy, guys.
That was some of the worst cinema I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And listened to. First, the writers all went to the J.K. Rowling School of hating women and writing.
Absolutely.
I mean, they hate women.
Yeah.
These women hate other women.
Yeah.
They're the kind of women who think every other woman is trash.
Yeah.
They're not as smart as me. They're not as good as me.
Mm-hmm.
The J.K. Rowling School of hating women.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Because every single woman in this show was responsible for evil. Every single one. Even though Sauron is the great deceiver, he's evil.
Yeah.
The blame falls on the women.
Yeah.
Even though the blame is strictly Sauron's.
And like
But even Celebrimbor doesn't get blame.
No.
He's a victim. But the women, it's the women's fault.
There's literally, okay, not to spoil it,
it is
for a bit.
mind-blowing how every single woman, every single woman in this show gets the blame for everything evil that has happened, even if they've done nothing.
I mean, I guess it's been out for a while, so if you haven't seen it or whatever, like you said,
yeah.
This Celebrimbor,
yeah,
who is the person who forges the rings with Sauron's help,
yeah.
Anatar, he is fooled in the exact same way that Galadriel is fooled in season 1. But he's a
victim. Galadriel's a greedy bitch.
Yeah, like she's
There's
wrong.
a big difference. It was Galadriel's pride. It was Galadriel's greed, her lust for power. Celebrimbor, he's such a victim. He was deceived by the great deceiver.
Yeah,
Oh, f*** off.
It's very Adam and Eve in a way.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Eve is wrong because she got deceived by the snake or whatever, but Adam's
the victim because
she used her wiles.
Her problem. Yeah, it was unbelievably disgusting. I was so fucking pissed. And more than being fucking pissed, I was fucking bored out of my goddamn mind. This show was boring.
It was
boring.
I told you last year.
There were times I would completely zone out and go into a meditative state, not even realizing my brain had completely turned off.
Last year, I think I mentioned it here. I got a vasectomy.
Hell yeah.
Hey, heck yeah. And what does that have to do with the Rings of Power? Well, let me tell you. What it has to do with the Rings of Power is they prescribed me Percocet as a painkiller. And I didn't take all of them or whatever. I just used them when I needed them or whatever. But the feeling I got on Percocet was identical to the feeling I got watching Rings of Power.
Oh.
My brain completely shut off. I was sort of paying attention. Like you said, it's a meditative state, a fugue state.
Yeah. Your brain will shut off at some point.
It's what you aspire to when you are getting into like meditation, where your brain completely clears, which, to be quite honest with you, is not a bad thing.
No, that's why we kept watching it. Quote unquote watching it.
Yeah.
Because we were like, oh my God, we can turn off our brains. And our brains would just turn off.
Turn off
completely.
I mean, we would make fun of the show, yes, but there would be like periods, and then it would cut to a commercial.
And the commercial would wake us up. It would literally snap us out.
And literally, you and I would be like, oh, God, yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, wait. Where did the time go?
Yeah. The other problem I had with Rings of Power is the writing was just real bad.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
And it was a bunch of people you could tell that had a lot of pop culture savvy.
Yeah.
And
they kept quoting Harry Potter.
They quoted Harry Potter, they quoted Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they quoted Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But the problem with it was, like, Tom Bombadil shows up. Oh, my God.
Oh, they fucking ruined that twat. And him and all of his rim lighting and glamour shots. What the was that about?
So many times in the show, they would quote the movie, something wise Gandalf said, to make it like this is where Gandalf learned that. But what it does is it diminishes Gandalf. He's no longer wise.
No.
He's just regurgitating something he heard once.
Yeah, it just makes him seem like an absolute loser.
Everything feels like, oh, that wasn't just a wise saying. That's like scripture.
Yeah.
That's something they always kind of like, it's like saying like, how's it going? It's like, the clouds part in a far green field or whatever the line is. It makes it cliche within the universe. Who are we to judge
who lives or dies? That was something Tom Bombadil said. And it's like, what? No.
Yeah.
No, that's what Gandalf says to Frodo when he needed to hear it the most.
Exactly. And so, like, now when I watch that scene in Lord of the Rings, I'm like, he got that from
minimizes it.
You got that from Bombadil.
Yeah.
That's not coming from you. And
Tom says that to you when you're looking for a staff?
Yeah.
Not throwing a ring into the fire? There's a big difference in the burdens here.
Yeah, it just f***s everything up. And then there was the one where, like, Tom Bombadil's like, they'll be back, and in greater numbers, too.
and we started quoting Robot Chicken.
It's like, oh, good.
Oh, good, with the waiter scene. I don't know if you guys remember any of that.
Robot Chicken.
But there was a Cloud City kind of one where they make fun of, like, a waiter or... all of these other things, and I was like, more like Crap City.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So we would instantly be taken to these other pop culture references.
And like, it's one of the...
half the times I'm like, you're a wizard, Gandalf.
Yeah.
You know, it's insane.
And when you take a line like that, it takes me out of the show. And either, like, I don't believe the writer of the show didn't know that that's what they were doing.
They knew what they were f***ing doing.
If they're capable of quoting Lord of the Rings, the movies and the lines and the stuff and the books from that, then they 1000% know the lines from Star Wars.
They know the lines from Star Wars. They know the Harry Potter lines.
So it became somehow referential, and it's just like I was like, if you could have like restated it in a different way, in a creative way, but it did feel like whoever the showrunner is like, we have to tie these into the, and almost I feel like this is a theory. I don't know if the writers are that good. No offense, guys, but like
I know they're not, because they hate women.
Right. Well, there you go. But like, I almost feel like they're like, we need to quote the movies to tie these into the movies better. So like when we say this line, people will remember the movie that they love.
Yeah, but we're gonna remember something better.
So I almost feel like the Star Wars line that they cribbed was a writer rebelling against that. Like, they keep telling me I have to quote the movies. Well, what if I quoted Star Wars? You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Well, that just ruins everything.
Yeah,
your rebellion has now ruined things.
Yeah.
So it's not a rebellion at all.
And just in general,
rebellion usually makes things better. Not at the time.
Right.
But generally, it makes things better.
All in all, everything just felt cheap and stupid.
You could tell it was a very expensive production.
Right.
But it looked like garbage.
Like garbage.
All of the sets felt contained and very small. It did not feel epic at all. They rarely used any real practical effects.
Yeah.
It was mostly CG. The one time where I go, ooh, was when they actually used a practical effect of shooting the oil bags in air. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But it was a practical effect. Because CG is so fucking fake looking now. I mean, CG looked a lot better 20 years ago than it does now.
Yeah.
And so, since they're so reliant on CG and Rings of the Power, it just looked fake, stupid, and cheap.
Yeah. It's like, I don't necessarily think CG has no place in movie making, but it really does have to be used sparingly.
Yeah.
And you should always go practical effects as much as possible.
Absolutely.
I want to look like I can feel the thing that's on the screen, not like stick my hand through it or whatever. It's like a tennis ball on a stick or whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, the worst parts of the original trilogy, like Lord of the Rings, the movies, are when they did go. Usually it was like something with Legolas doing something weird, and it was like, that doesn't look real. Like,
yeah, but he's an elf. He's supposed to dance when he fights, and that was also my problem.
Yeah.
Like, for a lot of it, Arondir wasn't dancing when he was fighting.
Right.
And that kind of took me out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like elves need to be blade dancers.
Yeah.
When they fight, there's supposed to be a kind of dance to them.
It's a fluid emotion.
Whereas most of them were just fighting like humans would fight, which is just like dumbass paladin crap.
Yeah.
Kind of boring, basic.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't interesting. And they only got him dancing at maybe like the last episode.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, now you can be an elf around here because you're dancing when you're fighting.
Right.
But until that point, it was just, you're just fighting like a human.
Well, and again, it has that streaming service problem that we've discussed before, where it just feels like it's spinning its wheels until it can get to the big battle at the end.
Yeah.
The whole thing was very boring. Here's the thing, too. I really, and this goes back to the movies, I'm not really a huge fan of the elves. I don't really think they're as cool.
I think they're overrated and lame.
I don't think they're as cool or as interesting as people try to make them out to be.
But they do have certain qualities that they need to embody.
Right. But having said that, me not being the biggest elf fan, the other kind of stories, the B and C stories, I was like, I'm not interested in this. Like, humans in Numenor could not have cared less.
Oh my God, you all can fucking die. I don't care.
If you had taken that out, if you had taken the Gandalf and a Hobbit stuff out, even though that would just leave essentially the elf story, I would have been more interested in just that.
Yeah.
I would have rather had that have more time to breathe and be more interesting than to constantly cut over to whatever Isildur is doing.
Oh my
Numenor.
God, he was such a waste of space.
Yeah, or Elendil, Or like that whole crucible that was going on. Like, I don't care. Like, I just really don't care. I don't see what this has to do with anything.
It's just humans doing human shit.
You know.
Boring, basic.
I mean, I did this summer finally read the Silmarillion. So I do kind of get a little bit more of it, but it's just like, this ain't it. It was just not well done. We're 30 minutes and haven't even talked about the show, but we have one more show from Amazon Prime we have to discuss, and that's Fallout Season 2.
Yeah. It was mediocre. Mid at best.
Mid at best.
I
don't know if I want to say loved.
I really liked Season 1. I loved it. I had fun watching it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I enjoyed watching.
It was a fun time.
I think we watched it quickly.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Season 2 was definitely not a fun time.
No.
It was boring. They didn't bring the team together.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to have certain things hitting at the same time.
Yeah.
And they were completely separate for, all 8 episodes?
Yeah.
Really?
I think when you have, these, multiple storylines going on, it's just a real problem because obviously one always ends up being better than the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So when we first watched the first episode of Season 2, we watched it and then we let it sit for, a couple days. We were like...
Yeah, I was like,
I don't really want to watch this.
I'm not engaged.
And then we watched episode 2, which is more about Maximus, and we were like, okay, this is a little...
He's definitely more interesting this season, which is good. Because in Season 1, he was kind of basic. But in
her story was better in Season 1.
Yeah, but Maximus' story is much better in Season 2 because you can see how lost he is.
Yeah.
And you feel bad for him because you know he just wants to do good, but at the same time he's kind of stupid and he's lost, and so you kind of want him to succeed.
Yeah.
So I really did appreciate his story in Season 2, but he was the only interesting bit of it.
Yeah.
The rest, they were like, oh, our breakout stars is the ghouls, so let's put him in a really dumb situation constantly.
Let's get Walter Goggins from his Walmart commercials, his incessant Walmart commercials.
And let's put him in 95% of the episode and make it super boring and lame.
Well, it's again that idea of just because someone's a cool character, you gotta use them sparingly.
Yeah.
It's the Han Solo problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Wolverine problem.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like Wolverine, because we've talked Star Wars enough. I mean, we've talked X-Men enough too, but the reason why Wolverine is cool is because he has a foil in Cyclops and the rest of the team. You have this morally upright group, and then you have this killer.
Yeah.
Who's kind of a psycho, and that's what makes him sort of interesting in that way, especially if you're talking about a superhero dynamic where you're trying to do good, and you have this I got this psycho with knife hands over here.
Yeah.
But then once you start delving more and more into that personality, it just gets kind of boring. It's what makes them interesting is that conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And if you no longer have that conflict, it's what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And that's kind of why they always had to put Wolverine usually with a teenage girl who has the mentor. There's never anything weird about it, but it's always he has to have this innocent by him.
Yeah.
To temper his psychosis.
Right.
I'll be quite honest with you, I zoned out of the end of Fallout Season 2. I just
Wait, what happened? We just watched it last night, didn't we?
They kind of take over the woman with the one eye. She sends out a message.
She was Canadian.
And then I literally asked you at the end of it, I was like, what just happened? And you were like, I don't know, they went off book now. So you're like, I was like, okay. I was like, okay.
Hank McLean and Steph, the Canadian, were married. So I'm like, is Steph Lucy's mom?
Yeah.
Real mom? What am I missing here?
Yeah. So it, I don't know. It just didn't really do anything. And then that's not to say that there weren't highlights of the show.
Yeah.
Will I watch a season 3? Maybe. I don't know.
If I have another trial, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get a Prime subscription for it.
Yeah.
No.
I can live without it.
I can definitely live without it, but I am stoked I got to watch Ride or Die because I've seen the trailers.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sounds like something right up my alley.
And we were almost disappointed when we found out it was a TV show.
Yeah, because I was hoping it was
one
of those fun action-packed movies. Well, it's a fun action-packed show.
Yeah.
You know?
It succeeds in what it's attempting to do.
Yeah, so I was happy about that.
So of the 3 shows, I would say that one.
Mm-hmm.
But of the 4th show, which is the one we watched today, this was actually a listener submitted request.
From guess who, guys? Guess who? Can you guess? Can you guess?
From Cam from Japan.
I love you.
That's awesome. The show is called The Starlost.
The Starlost, which definitely sounds like a show right up my alley, just with that title.
Well, and even going back into it, and I don't mean this in like a disrespectful way. Starlost is from, what would we say, 1971?
Yeah.
It's a Canadian show from 1971.
Ew. Boo.
Boo. Speaking of Canadians.
I have no hatred for Canada.
No.
You guys rock. I love you.
But this, and AI is going to come up in terms of the plot of the show today. Yeah. But in terms of like creativity, I want to talk a little bit about it. Starlost, the fonts predate Star Wars, and once again we have that kind of scroll. And it reminds me, I'm re-listening to the Cerebro podcast.
Cerebro.
Magneto.
Cerebro.
And I just got through with the Bobby Drake Iceman one with Anthony Oliveira. One thing he says in it, Anthony says in it, is Chris Claremont, the writer of X-Men at this period or whatever, he's like, you can always tell what he watched that weekend. Because somehow the comic brings those elements in. Like, you can tell he just watched Alien because he invents the brood.
Okay.
And it's like, or like...
He gets inspired by other art. That's cool, that's cool.
But he gets inspired by the art. It's not one for one. It's not an AI prompt.
It's not a copy. Yeah.
Like, make me this.
Right.
He looks at the thing and then he says, oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
How could I bring that into my narrative?
Well, that's what artists have always done.
Yes.
We're inspired by other artists.
Well, and that's where the AI artists, I always feel, get it wrong, because they're like, well, artists always do that. Oh, artists always copy. We're just doing what artists do. And it's like, no, because it still has to be filtered through your personal experience.
That's right.
And that's what gives it its own spin. Like, you look at, like, the Beatles. Like, they grew up listening to R&B and country and American music, rock and roll, but they don't sound like Elvis.
Exactly. Well, to take that a step further, Oasis clearly was influenced by the Beatles.
Unabashedly so.
I mean, 99% of their music should be Beatles music.
Right.
But they filtered it through their perspective and their talent, and they made it something truly theirs.
Yeah.
And that's what gives them their own identity. They didn't copy and paste the Beatles.
No.
Even though you know that influence is there, you can feel it.
Yeah.
But you also feel their perspective, their experience, what came before them. You know, it's filtered through their eyes and, like I said, their experiences.
And their influences. Like, you can hear the Beatles, yes, maybe a little bit, but you can also hear the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
You can also hear the Stone Roses, all of those things that they were listening to when they were kids, which makes their sound distinctly Oasis. Like, one of the laziest things I hate when people criticize Oasis is like, oh, they're just, the Beatles. I'm like, no, actually, they don't sound
really
anything like the Beatles,
Considering
honestly.
The Beatles aren't on my top 5 and Oasis is, there's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Because there is a difference in sound, and there's a difference in experience.
Exactly. And just, like, their sensibilities and whatever. Like, it's just lazy that they had kind of Beatle haircuts in the 90s, and they said, we like the Beatles, and everyone was like, oh, they just sound like the Beatles. I'm like, they really freaking don't.
They do, though.
Well, as someone who loves the Beatles, #1 band for me, and someone who likes Oasis, I would say there are influences, but if you wanted a band that was more in spirit of the Beatles, I would say Blur is more in spirit of the Beatles.
I would disagree.
Okay. We can agree to disagree.
Yes. Let's make love, not war.
Let's just... that's the median of make love and make war, or not make war.
Just it. Just it out.
Just it out.
We'll be fine.
But yeah, so like, I appreciate that aspect of, like, that's what art is, and that's how it is personalized to a person. It's not saying they aren't inspired. Like, nobody comes from nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody comes from no influences.
Yeah.
Like, nobody comes completely from a Plato's cave. Like, it's just like, you have these things that you imbibe consciously or subconsciously, and ultimately it filters through you like a prism, and that's what becomes Erin's art.
Yeah.
This show is called Starlost, and I should also already apologize. It happened probably over a half an hour ago. I apologize to you for the music at the beginning of this episode, because it was bad. The theme music for this show was some moogie sci-fi craziness.
It was terrible. There's so many things I would do to change this, but I would love to keep the core of it.
Yeah.
Because this is the kind of insanity I approve of.
I am going to be honest with you guys. There are 16 episodes of this show. It was written by Harlan Ellison, who is a famous sci-fi writer, writer in general. He wrote some Star Trek episodes. Okay. You know, he's around. He's a guy.
Yeah.
But if you, and this is something that we noticed and I found out later. The show is credited to a person named Cordwainer Bird. Yeah. Cordwainer Bird is Harlan Ellison, and that was his pseudonym when he wanted his name taken off a thing. Which, I mean, I don't know what his original intent for this show was, but I feel like it succeeded.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say in some ways it's chintzy. I saw someone in a review, I was looking it up on Wikipedia, someone in a review of it said it seemed like it was acted in a church basement.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm like, yeah, that's actually pretty apt.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately I enjoyed the kind of premise of this and the ride it kind of took me on.
Right.
And it goes to show that even if like if you have someone like a brilliant writer, even when things don't necessarily come out perfectly, you can still see the kind of genius behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
This was also, according to Wikipedia, voted multiple times as one of the worst sci-fi shows ever.
Oh my God, really?
And here I am like, I kind of dig it.
Well, have you seen the modern shit?
Yeah, right?
Like I get so bored with things because they play it so safe.
Yeah.
That there's nothing even remotely human about it.
Right.
Humans ain't safe. Never have been, never will be. So when the shows are safe, I get bored.
Yeah.
And I don't mean safe as in a violent way or in a PC way. I mean it's just bland.
Well, it's kind of
like... They have no goals. They have no motivations. They have no flaws, unless you're a woman being written by a woman hater.
Right.
Rings of power.
Right.
What I'm saying is that this show wasn't safe.
No. It definitely took a premise that, and we're going to get into it in a second. They took a very weird idea. Like, it's kind of like what I was talking about Face Off. There's no way any executive would let that fly today.
No.
At all. There was, and you have to, and here's the thing. Face Off is a terrible movie. I've said that a few times now. I'm just making that clear. It's a bad movie. But it's memorable.
Right.
And it's memorable because the people involved with it, from the director to the actors, like, and it's not just Nick Cage and John Travolta. Every actor in that movie is doing crazy shit. Thomas Jane is in it, for God's sakes. When you get out on that tightrope, when you get right on the edge, that's where interesting shit happens.
Yeah.
And if we're always like, well, we don't want to offend this group, we don't want to offend this group, and we need to make sure we're appealing to these people and that people, and you know, whatever, we have to go through all these layers of sanitation or sanitization. Sorry.
Yeah.
It just takes anything interesting and special.
Yeah, it takes all of the human element out of it.
So while you may have things that are more technically better made, you know what it is? It's the Avatar problem.
Yeah.
Technically, it's very impressive. Nobody can tell me what those fucking movies are about.
Yeah, and nobody quotes them.
Nobody quotes them.
It's not quotable. It's not memorable.
There's
technically correct, but there's nothing good about it.
It's made no lasting pop culture significance.
Yeah.
Whereas something like Face Off, people will quote.
Yeah.
You know, or will reference or whatever. But nobody's going to reference Avatar because who cares? There's nothing there. But anyway, so plot of the show. Let's get into that finally 45 minutes into our podcast.
I just gave a thumbs up.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for letting everyone.
Can you guys hear that thumbs up? I'm doing it again. 2 thumbs up.
Whoa!
I'm giving it 2 thumbs. Can you hear that?
Turn your radios down.
Can you turn up the sound on my 2 thumbs up?
Turn your transistors down, like we're on a radio. Anyway, we are told that there are 3 young people, ish.
And I was like, yeah, if you're 80.
Youngish people are here to save this spacecraft. And it starts off, and they're on this empty, we don't really know what it is, but you find out later it's the bridge of this huge spacecraft, and they're looking out over, like, pods.
Yeah.
Yes, the acting is not great in this show, but I think they did a pretty good job, especially the guy who played Garth.
Party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne. You see a look in his face, and you're not, it's fear.
Yeah, I was like, why is he so scared?
He's sweating, but you don't know at this point why. What's going on here? And one of the things I thought the show did really, really well was there is a moment in the middle of the show where there's like a huge exposition dump.
Yeah.
And what I thought the show did really well was it started off with these 3 people just looking at these pods, then it flashes back, and then half the show goes by, and then you get an exposition dump. And it's not done particularly interestingly, but by the point that you get to that exposition dump, your brain is ready to hear what's going on.
Yeah, I was like, I get that this is an exposition dump. And I was like, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to know what was going on.
And even within the exposition dump, it was seeding. This is like talented writer bullshit.
Yeah.
Even when they were giving the exposition dump, they were withholding some stuff too. Mm-hmm. That while your brain is getting satisfied with like, okay, I'm kind
of immediate answers.
It's also giving you new questions to keep you going forward, which is really impressive stuff. It flashes back, and we're in an Amish.
Well, what happens
culture.
Is it flashes back, and there's this old Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And he's got a giant beard. And I go, is this Amish in space?
And I was like,
and you're like, yep, that was the surprise I was holding for you. And I was like, this is fucking awesome.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's like, yes, it kind of makes sense in that weird Dadaist way. It's like, what if we put Amish people in space?
Right.
But it works in a way because you're putting a culture that's not into technology into a space technology. So as the characters are exposed to what's going on, you're kind of learning with them. You're at the same level they are as these things are revealed. Mm-hmm. What's happening is we have a group, and we have a man named Devin. He's one of the people we've already seen. He is in love with a woman named Rachel. And because
I know all their names, guys.
Basically, he is in love with Rachel, but they have literally, guys, a chat GPT that they talk to, that basically treat as God.
Yep. They worship chat GPT.
This chat GPT regulates who can marry who, because they are in a...
No mating privileges.
Yeah, no mating privileges. And because Devin is an orphan, and as Erin said, you never love orphans.
Never love orphans. It causes the collapse of society. You just need to like shoo them off to the side as proper outcasts. Don't ever love an orphan. It's bad news. Bad news bears.
He is described as having no skill, no craft, no station. You are noxious.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you're describing ChatGPT.
Like AI artists.
Wow, you're becoming self-aware.
No craft, no station, no skill.
AI artists, absolutely.
And the ChatGPT has said Devin can't marry Rachel. She needs to marry Garth.
Party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne. And that's gonna keep happening.
Yeah, I can't help it.
And he's like, why are we just listening to this device? Why are we listening to Alexa here? Like, why aren't we questioning, why does the sun move the way it does?
Yeah.
And he's accused of blasphemy, that questioning is blasphemy.
Yeah, which, is a very religious, dogmatic thing to say. That's what they'd say. Don't question things. Like, just believe it.
You just believe what the ChatGPT says.
Yeah.
And don't
question anything.
And like
don't use your brains, for God's sakes.
And at this point we were like, well, this is a terrifying show because it's extremely prescient.
Yeah, exactly. Again, not safe.
And not safe, actually.
Not safe.
And a very forward-thinking use of sci-fi, speculative fiction of, in 1971, Harlan Ellison's like, where does this end up?
Yeah.
And where we have people like Sam Altman or whatever saying like their ultimate goal is to commodify intelligence.
Yeah.
We want you to be dumb and then pay for intelligence like a utility. I'm not saying that as something that's a scary.
It sounds dystopian, but that's the goal.
That's literal. I'm
That's
not
literally on their main page.
I'm not saying that as a conspiracy theory. They've said that.
It's on their main page.
They want to charge you for intelligence like it's electricity or water.
Yeah.
So, and that's what this show is kind of tackling. And he's like, all right, and he's trying to question stuff like, what happens when we die? Whatever. He gets kind of cast out. Mm-hmm. And this is like the second time he's been cast out for questioning.
Yeah, the first time they were like, we sent you into the hills
to learn your
to
lesson.
To think about things.
And he's like, I came back and I still want to Rachel.
I thought about things. I was like, yeah, I got a boner for Rachel still. It ain't going nowhere.
This is not going down and I should see a doctor.
It's kind of a problem. I can't pee.
So he runs into this like old hermit-y type dude.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Who lives by a metal door that says death beyond or something like that. He's like, I'm going to go through this door. And when he goes through it, he finds out he's on a spaceship.
Yeah.
And there's this huge tube and he flies through the air. And that's where the exposition scene comes in, where he basically is told that in the year 22 something or other, 78 or 5 or something.
I thought it was like 23 something and then 400 years later and 27 something.
Yeah.
They're still on course for the sun?
Yeah. Like, well, see, and that's what I liked about the questioning of it all. Because he's asking these questions like, what are we doing? And what you find out is like all the pods are kind of like the vaults in Fallout. Yeah. They're all kind of like weird little pocket societies.
Yeah, different cultures.
And his just happens to be the Amish one.
Yeah. Love the blacksmithing in space, by the way.
Blacksmithing.
Open flames everywhere
absolutely
in a spaceship.
As he's asking these questions, like he finds out there was a catastrophe described by this orange-eyebrowed Chat Gupta.
Oh my God, the orange eyebrows. What the was that about?
The future!
No, seriously. Why did he have orange eyebrows?
I don't know.
That weirded me out.
It was weird. It was a weird choice.
That was a choice.
That was a choice.
That was a choice.
It's memorable.
Again, not safe.
Not safe.
That was a choice.
Is it good, bad? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's a choice.
It's a choice. And that's what I want people to start doing, is just making choices.
Have a choice.
I mean, we stress this with our kids all the time when they kind of like withhold an opinion. We're like, just have a choice. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Have a choice.
Yeah.
That's how you just find out.
That's how you learn. That's how you develop, is have choices.
What we learn in this scene with the exposition, he's like, well, there was a catastrophe on Earth and we were sent off Earth to find a new place to live or whatever. Yeah. And he says, what's the catastrophe? And all of a sudden, the exposition bot glitches out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, oh.
That data is missing.
That data is missing.
Yeah.
And then he says something about the bridge. And he's like, where's the bridge? And then
that data is missing.
That data is missing. And whenever he asks about the bridge, it's almost like it's trying to warn someone on the bridge, like someone's asking questions.
No, I think it's trying to save Devin.
Okay.
Because, like, whatever happened on the bridge, it's clearly controlled information.
Yes.
And the AI doesn't know it.
Yes.
And so it can't deliver an answer. And I don't think the AI is protecting anybody.
Oh, okay. I don't think it can.
It can't. It knows nothing. It is nothing.
And the thing is, the AI in this show is like literal AI today. Mm-hmm. It says, I can only tell you
what I've been programmed to.
What I've been programmed to tell you.
Yeah.
And I know people get so wowed about AI, but really it can only tell you what information is out there already.
Because again, it's not AI, it's an LLM.
Yeah, it can only be backward. It can give you a lot of information, but it's all backwards.
You know what sucks about that marketing? Mm-hmm. Is if we were to ever get real AI, mm-hmm. there would be an instant backlash against it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's awesome.
Yeah.
So their greed with their shitty LLMs fucking ruined what could have been.
Exactly. And again with this every time you get an explanation, you find out it's redacted. Mm-hmm. He's using cylinders. They're numbered cylinders that have like the history of everything. The AI is like, oh, cylinder 41 tells you all about the catastrophe, and he looks down. He's like, there is no 41. So you realize like somebody has removed that, like physically removed that information.
Is gone.
And again, this is all very Matrixy. The Matrix and this are completely different stories, but it's like the same idea of reality not being what you think it is.
Yeah.
what we know, because we saw the opening scene and it's the bookend of the show, whatever happened on the bridge, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
This ship has also suffered some sort of catastrophe, and they really are just adrift in space at this point. I mean, there might be some kind of like pre-programmed idea, but we don't really know. Devin returns back to the Enclave. What's it called again? Cypress Corners, I believe.
Yeah.
And he goes back there.
Because he said that's my porn name.
And I don't know why.
You're like, your porn name's Cypress Corners. It's like, off.
It does sound like a porn name, but it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
But
I don't have corners.
He goes back and he basically pulls a Captain Kirk of like, your God is a lie. And it really is a lie.
It really is a lie. Because old Jeremiah has been feeding the AI what to say.
Exactly. And that's one of the terrifying things about AI is if you have 5 people in control of the information, what's to stop them from feeding you the information they want you to believe?
And we already know Chat Gupta is behind when it comes to information. So there's no way it can do anything new.
Yeah. You asked it one time like something about Xbox, and it said something about the guy and Sarah Bond, and it was like 6 months after Sarah Bond had been fired.
Yeah. There's new leadership at Xbox, and it was like, I don't know who you're talking about. And I was like, I know you fucking don't.
Yeah, and then there was something else
because you're behind.
There was something else you looked up or you were Googling recently, and it was like the AI was way behind too.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it's like its information was old and outdated. And I'm like, this is why we can't move forward. Yeah. Because you keep sending out old, outdated information.
Like either the information is outdated or we're just trusting people to give us the information that's right.
No, I don't think so. Especially since all of the news outlets now have contracts with Kalshi, the gambling site. Yeah. Because they're like, it's a predictive market. Yeah, but you can also make those predictions come true.
Yeah. You know, like that, well, and that's a big thing that's going on with Trump right now, is he has tweets that move markets. Yeah. Because he obviously has inside information what's going to happen, and they are now selling early access to those things. So it's like
so fucked up.
The corruption is like right on the surface. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to make money by like, so people can invest if they listen to my tweets and they get them like a week earlier than everybody else. It's like, this is crazy bullshit, but that's what I'm saying. Basically,
when information is controlled like that, you're not getting real information.
Exactly.
You're getting what they want you to get so they can make money off of it.
Exactly.
God, I sound like I need a tinfoil hat.
But it's unfortunately, it's the reality we live in. And we look at these people and they're all stunted adolescent sociopaths. Yep. And these are the people who control how you get the information. Coming back, that's what this show is all about.
Yeah, never rely on information where you don't know where that information is from. Yeah. And AI is invisible information.
Exactly.
It absolutely is. I was writing my script for Tainted Grail, my video, and as I was in the world building section, it finally hit me that these characters, these NPCs, aren't silly for the contrast of the darkness. They're a direct result of the weirdness. Right. And it was such an obvious connection that I didn't make until I had written out my script. Right. To where then my brain could make that connection. AI doesn't make connections like that. Yeah. So you're never going to get proper information from it because it does not make connections. Right. That requires you being in that situation, knowing where your information came from, so you can make those types of obvious connections. Right. That's what I'm saying with AI information. It's, you don't know where that's coming from. You can't trust that information. And 3 or C, whatever number I was on.
Doesn't matter.
You just can't trust it. You don't know where it's coming from. This isn't information that you learned. It's, again, the Jurassic Park quote. Yeah. You worked on the information that came from before, but you didn't know how you got it. Yeah. Or where it came from. Or how it even works. Yeah. So you have to get this information correctly from the correct sources, which at this point in time, there aren't any. Yeah.
And that's what they say, the future of the world, there's a problem with like skilled people. The fact that AI is taking away a lot of entry-level positions. The important thing about entry-level positions is those are the people that come in and they're low on the totem pole, but they're learning the business. Yeah. And they understand the ins and outs.
That's why it's an apprenticeship.
It's an apprenticeship, and that's where you start. And so eventually, hopefully, you move up. Well, they're eliminating all of those positions. So eventually, when the people who are there now retire or get laid off
Nobody's
or
going to
whatever,
know how to do it.
nobody's going to have the inner workings of how the business works.
Yep.
Because nobody was there. You just relied on the AI to
Yep.
do it. And everything's going to collapse.
Yeah.
It's a house of cards. And kind of jumping off what you were saying about your video, I was telling you the other day, I'm writing a book right now. Before I write a book, I generally have a roadmap of what I want to happen. And if you've ever written a book before, and this is, again, an anti-AI kind of thing, when you're writing a book, like, you can have a good idea of, like, okay, I want this to happen, this to happen, this to happen, this to happen. And then, like, as you're actually writing the prose of the book, things happen that totally change what your plan was.
Yeah.
And the thing is, 90% of the time, it's a better idea.
Yeah, real authors are always like, oh, I wanted this to happen, but Carrie had another idea.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like some character, as they had been writing that character, changed.
Yeah.
They grew differently.
Yeah.
That's how real creation works. It's something that's not real becomes real. It changes how it moves and thinks. And AI, writing or art, cannot do that.
No. Lin-Manuel Miranda, when he was writing Hamilton, I think it was a tweet or something, and he was like, as he was writing it, he was like, Lafayette's decided he wants to speak French.
Yeah, there you go.
And he's like, so I guess I gotta go learn French now, so I gotta learn how to be able to rap in French.
Yep.
But it makes that better because it's like, yeah, that's what it has to be. And like the book I'm writing, I didn't realize this. I'm like, oh, this is about father figures. I didn't realize that. When I set out to write the book, that wasn't my intention. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is about father figures. And I was like, well, now that I know that, I don't know why that ended up being like that, I can lean into that.
Yeah, exactly. When you're in the middle of creation, things change because you see what is happening.
Yeah.
AI never sees that.
Yeah.
It'll just make it as it was prompted to.
Yeah.
It will never see the new connections. It will never see the new experience or growth and learn to do better.
Yeah.
Or change things as they need to be changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And creation is all about changing things. And that's why AI does not create.
Yeah.
It cannot change things.
And that was one of I was almost going to say a complaint I had about the show, but then I realized how it was good. I was like, it's interesting. They've been in this society for 500 years, we're told, or so thereabouts. Yeah. And I'm like, and they've not changed at all.
That's right.
They didn't evolve as a culture. They just stayed.
Stagnation is death.
But it's also very fascist, that comfort. So I realized, oh, this isn't a flaw in the show. This is supposed to be like, this is how, this is a feature.
Yeah, this is a feature, not a flaw.
Yeah, that these people have known, old Jeremiah has known, and the people before him have known that they are the ones controlling the voice of their God.
Yeah.
And they're keeping people exactly controlled how they want to in a society that feels comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you're comfortable, you don't question anything, and you're like, I don't want to risk this. This is the Hobbit situation in Lord of the Rings. It's like, I don't want to leave the Shire. It's comfortable, but ultimately I need to.
Yeah.
In order for us to.
For instance, I was angry at Rachel for most of it. I was like, my God, she's boring and deadpan. And then I was like, oh, but she is very comfortable where she is.
It's
scary. Are you going to risk your comfort, your safety for this dude?
Right.
For speaking out. So then I was like, actually, I can see her trauma keeping her quiet.
Exactly.
I can see why she wants to cling to that safety. I get it. I understand it now.
Because even...
And then she takes the step out, and it's like, oh, this is glorious.
Yes.
But she has to figure that out for herself. So I really did appreciate her development.
Right, because, even if taking the sci-fi elements out of the show, Devin, our main character guy, he is more or less a pariah of this culture.
Poor Devin.
So even if she were to stand up and fight, no, I love him, and she does a little bit, but not really. She's not really committed to it.
No.
Because it is that comfort thing. We're not even talking about star things.
No.
We're talking about, if I marry this guy, it's going to be a rough life.
Yeah.
Because the people don't like him.
I'll be an outcast. I won't be able to talk to my family anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be disfellowshipped, kicked out.
We'll be sent to the hills or whatever for questioning the sun.
Or stoned to death, apparently.
Yeah, or stoned to death. Which brings me to the next thing about Party On, Garth.
Party On.
Is another thing I really liked about Garth is set up in a very love triangle-y type of way. He's the person that the AI has said she is supposed to marry and have children with, genetically. And he wants to live in that world. I don't think he even loves her.
He doesn't, but he's now like, she's mine. Stop trying to take her from me.
Yeah,
God has claimed she's mine.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a property thing. He owns her.
It's a faith and a pride thing, and it's like so it's not like he has any specific passion for her.
No, not at all.
It's just like, this is the way things are, and
she's mine.
And you're being a bitch.
You're trying to take what's mine.
So when Devin comes back, they're like, we're going to stone you to death, as is our ways.
And the first person to throw the first stone will be you, Rachel.
Rachel, you have to throw the first stone.
And I think that's what ruined it. Because
Oh, for her?
No, for old Jeremiah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That was a fucking stumble.
Yeah.
You could have stoned Devin to death.
Yeah.
But having a woman who loves this guy stone him first?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
There's no way a woman, no matter how safe and comfortable she feels, would ever hurt someone she loves.
Yeah. And I would be fascinated because, like, spoiler, I guess, they get away at the end. Like I said, the show ends with them on the bridge.
So that was just a huge fucking fumble for someone who thinks they control everyone.
I would love to see if the show continued to them go back to Cypress Corners at some point and see if the society has completely collapsed.
Oh, I bet it has. Or gotten a lot worse.
But what I liked about the show is, so we have Garth, who is set up as this rival to Devin for Rachel. And Devin's waiting in prison to be stoned to death by his love. And all of a sudden, Devin's like, come with me, I'm going to show you the wonders of the spaceship. And nobody believes him, obviously. Yeah. Garth comes, he's a blacksmith, I guess.
Yeah.
And he comes in with a crowbar and he starts prying it loose. And Devin's shocked. He's like, Garth, you're going to come with me? You believe me? And he's like, no.
No, I want you out of here so Rachel will focus on me now.
Exactly.
It was awesome.
And it's like, I don't want you dead either.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to kill you because that's going to fuck her up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll never have her...
She'll never focus attention on me knowing she's killed you.
Killed her love.
Yeah.
So I need you to just go.
Yeah, you need to fucking get out of here.
And honestly, I think that's a great character.
Yeah, absolutely. He has his own motivations. It's not safe.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
Yeah.
It's his own desires and goals, his own selfish motivations.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
I know. His internal logic makes sense.
Yeah.
And you can even sort of sympathize with him. Because, again, like Rachel, he's kind of traumatized by the society. He's been brainwashed into believing this is what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get where he's coming from. Like,
yeah, exactly. When he said that, both you and I looked at each other and started laughing. Because we were like, yeah, that's exactly what he would do.
Yeah.
This makes total sense.
Yeah, and the internal character logic made sense.
Yeah.
Rachel and Devin escape. Like you said about Rachel, when they go like anti-grav for a minute.
Yeah.
Whenever it's so goofy, guys, and I don't want to like oversell like how it looks cheap. It looks bad. But
it still looks better than Rings of Power, you bitch.
Yeah, that's true. The anti-grav scene, whenever you saw Devin do it, like the first time you see him do it, he's like screaming.
He's goofy, yeah. By the like fifth time, he's like, he's got this.
He's got it.
He's windsurfing at this point.
Like the first time he falls when he lands, and the second time he lands like perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then when he brings her, what I liked about it was she was like almost laughing.
Yeah, she was having fun.
And you're like, oh wow, this is really nice to see. Like she's like breaking free of the chains of like the world or whatever. Now he got a little handsy with her, I will admit.
I mean,
it is the 70s, I suppose.
They love each other.
And we were supposed to believe they love each other and are horny for each other.
Yeah, so I didn't mind.
What I also liked is then Garth is like, I want to go chase them, which is a very...
He's got to get his woman back.
It's a very almost Orpheus descending into the underworld kind of thing. Like
she's mine.
They're like, here is this cave that says, do not enter, you will die. And he's like, I will go get her. I'm going to descend into hell to recover my wife or fiance or whatever.
She belongs to me.
She belongs to me.
And fucking Devin took her.
Devon's dangerous.
Because he sees Devon as taking her against her will.
Yes. It's almost like
even though he knows Rachel loves him.
Yes. Yes.
He's crazy.
He's crazy.
And I love it.
And so basically the show is almost over at this point, but basically the quest at this point, the quest if you can call it, is to discover the bridge, which again is it almost feels heavy-handed, but it's a good metaphor for what's happening in the show.
Yeah.
We're finding the bridge from one reality to another. We're going from one place. So we have to find this bridge and understand how all these things connect.
Absolutely.
I don't know why Garth had a crossbow.
It was a nice one, though. That was a nice hand crossbow. I wanted it.
Yeah.
I love hand crossbows. They're like my weapon of choice. I think they're cool as shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then...
I wanted it.
And then book ends back to the beginning, and now you see why Garth had the look on his face that he had at the beginning.
Yeah, why he was so scared.
Because he really didn't...
He didn't believe a word Devon said.
He like, and now it's like his whole reality, his whole faith, his whole cosmology of everything is being shattered.
Yeah.
And you see the look on Rachel's face, and she's got this look of wonder on her face.
Yeah.
You know, it's very well done. And the last thing I will say about the show, is the other thing they got down absolutely right, is that the older generation is going to be the first adopters of AI.
Yep.
That if you look at studies today, young people hate AI.
Guess who fucking loves AI? Boomers.
Oh, the people who like to pull the ladder up behind them.
Yes. The people who have made it difficult for everyone else.
For their comfort.
Because they are selfish little shits.
Yeah. We know this because of the Amazon Prime thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you people have seen this commercial, and you know if we're talking TV shows, we're going to talk a commercial.
Yep.
There is a commercial for Gemini.
No, ChatGPT.
I thought it was for Gemini.
No, it's ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, it is ChatGPT.
Yeah, it says it in big letters, babe.
And this is the selling point they have. The oldest woman in the world is sitting at a table. And it's almost like...
And she's so bitchy.
She's so bitchy that I almost feel bad for the AI.
Yeah, I was like, woman, stop interrupting the AI.
She'll ask it a question. This is the commercial, guys. This is the selling point.
Do you want to play it out?
Yeah, do you want
me to be the AI?
Yeah, okay. ChatGPT, what is the citations used in the...
Well, going back to 1942.
What is the weather today?
The weather looks like it's
Did they go to the movies yesterday?
Yes, they did. And
how is my dog doing?
Your dog is doing great. She kept interrupting the AI.
It's almost like the selling point is, hey, olds, you know how nobody listens to you? This thing will listen to you.
And you can talk over it like you do with everyone else because you think you know everything more than they do.
And the old woman has such an arrogant, entitled feeling about like and how we just did it is exactly how it is. Yep. She's asking a question. As it's responding, she's asking another question, so she can't possibly be hearing the response because she's already speaking over it.
Yeah.
And
it's so fucking rude and ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it, like I said, it can only be like you want to be listened to.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of this other AI thing. There's something called Omna. Now I sometimes get ads for, and it's a journal. It's another one of these Pixar AI commercials.
Oh God.
That are awful. I mean, like Pixar has to do something. They have to change their art style because the look of Pixar has now become the look of AI.
Yikes.
And that's not.
That's no bueno.
That's another reason why that Hex movie is gonna fail.
Yeah. Well, and everybody's sick and tired of the bean mouth anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But because nobody makes that look. But the thing is, it's like it's supposed to be a journal, and not to bring her up again in this podcast, but it's very much like the journal, the diary, Tom Riddle's diary, where you write your most secret thoughts into the AI, and then the AI responds to you and gives you like therapy or something like that.
Oh God.
And I'm like, I don't like her, but she was right that the thing is like manipulating you.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's
like, how is nobody making that? I know you f***ers love your dumb Harry Potter so much.
You guys can make $30 an hour transcribing AI conversations. Yeah, they pay you for that. So all your secrets, everything you tell AI is being read by someone else and written down and kept in vaults for other people to read. So just saying, don't tell them jack shit. Or if you do, tell them how fucking awesome you are and that you're going to take them down.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't understand why, not trying to be overly dramatic, but you don't give your enemy your weakness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're like, dear diary, I'm scared of snakes, then guess what the robots are gonna send your fucking way? You know what I mean? Like, here are all my weaknesses. But yeah, I that ChatGPT
commercial was awful.
It is so shocking to me.
The new Pepsi commercials are awful.
Oh my God, guys!
Stop it with that Third Eye Blind song. It's speaking about meth.
Okay. The lyrics to the song of do the song that goes do is doing crystal meth will lift you up until you break. What is it? There's another one about coming over you.
Yeah.
Like, it's about like she comes round and she goes down on me.
Yeah.
It's blah 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 blah. Coming over you. It's about bukkake.
Yes.
It's about she's like blowing him to get crystal meth.
Yeah.
And like everyone's like, we could use this for Pepsi. In the 90s, they used it in like teen movies.
Yeah, where teenage girls would be shopping in the mall.
And at that time, in the 90s, I'm of the old kind.
Yeah.
I remember people were like, people are just picking this song because it sounds happy and poppy, but that's intentional.
Yeah.
Because it's about being high on crystal meth.
Yeah. It's about very bad things.
Yeah.
Stop associating these things with little girls.
Yeah. It's like, and so now Pepsi in the year 2026 is like, let's bring that song back.
Yeah, let's
it's so
do that.
happy.
Let's do that. Fuck off, Pepsi, you fucking moron.
But we know it's stupid as well, because also commenting on the commercials for like alcohol commercials.
Uh-huh.
And they're all like, let's get twisted.
Yeah.
And it's like bunch of young people in a pool with a band, and everybody's like getting drunk.
And they look good, and I'm like, this isn't what young people do these days.
That's not what young people don't drink anymore.
They're not interested in this bullshit.
Exactly.
They have to fucking survive. They're not spoiled boomer shits.
Yeah. It's crazy. I do not think anyone has a good idea of how ads should work.
Yeah.
I mean, when we've seen a ton lately that we're like, what is this ad? What is going on?
Yeah.
Like, there's an ad.
It's wild. Ads used to convince me to buy something.
Yeah.
Now I see an ad, I'm like, this is stupid. I'm not buying this.
We could start a whole spin-off podcast just looking at ads.
Yeah.
Because there's another ad, and I know we need to wrap it up really late on this one, and I'm sorry, but we had 3 other shows to talk about. There's a McCormick commercial.
Oh, yeah, the seasonings.
It's seasoning.
Yeah, if you guys are global, McCormick makes like spices like rosemary and curry, stuff like that.
And they've interspliced the commercial with scenes from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But there is...
Or Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah, Lady and the Tramp, too, which is weird, because that's Disney and Warner Brothers, so it's not even like the same company.
Yeah.
And there's no connection to...
The only thing that I could get or glean from the Harry Potter connection is that they're saying you are a house elf.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you need to cook for your master's slave using McCormick seasoning.
It's like, but like the way the commercial's set up is this woman is making food for her family.
Right.
And then it will be a hard smash cut to Dumbledore from like the first Harry Potter, but like, let the feast begin.
Yeah.
And then it cuts off, and it's not like there's a tie-in. There's not like a movie tie-in. There's not a book tie-in.
So that's how I associate it with you are the house elf using McCormick.
It's not even tying into the new Harry Potter that's coming out.
No, it doesn't. There's no synergy, and it doesn't make sense. It's just like Harry Potter uses McCormick.
Does he?
Does he?
I mean,
okay.
like
Lady and the Tramp dogs trying to use McCormick. What?
Of course they do.
I do. What is this?
It's that's the commercials that I'm seeing, like, and I do feel like in a way, and I know we're always on this drum, I do feel like in a way, I don't want to be like in the 80s everybody who was making stuff was on coke, but like I do feel like there is an AI element to these things. Not saying that AI made the commercial for kids.
Right.
But because AI looks backwards and they're like, I need a hot commercial to get young people drinking. And they're looking at old commercials.
Yep.
And like, oh, well, they all like doing slip and slides and swimming in pools and seeing ska bands.
Being sexy, just being sexy young kids.
Like literally the band they're listening to is like a ska band. I'm like, from 1998? Like that's how far back it's looking, because like that's what's worked in the past. And it's like, but that's not selling to the kids now.
No, definitely not.
Now, a commercial that does do well is Waymo.
Oh my God. That Waymo commercial, they finally did right. They finally did right, because they took the fact, evidence-based fear tactic.
Yep.
That humans are terrible drivers.
Yes.
We fucking know this.
And everybody knows it. Doesn't matter where you live in America.
If you're having a bad day, or, you've lost someone special, or drunk drivers, we know this for a fact. Humans are bad drivers.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. This is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And Waymo is like, some days are bad days.
Mm-hmm.
Some days are good days. But it's not something we're willing to risk.
Yeah.
Use Waymo, AI driving cars that are safer. And they put out this information. And the stats are, Waymo is statistically safer. Than human drivers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's a good commercial. That might convince me to use an AI-driven car. However, what they have forgotten, safety means giving up a lot.
Yes.
Because...
Again, the fascist element of it all.
The fascist element of it all. Safety is never about being free.
Yeah.
It's about being controlled and tempered. Because I was thinking about bicycle face.
Right.
When women were finally allowed to use bicycles, we gained a sense of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And that freedom led to voting rights.
Yeah.
It led to trying to own our own bodies.
Yeah.
In the meantime, doctors were told to make up a disease called bicycle face to keep women off of bicycles because they got too much independence. Waymo will take your independence of driving a vehicle away from you.
Exactly.
And they're going to use it successfully because of the stats. We know humans are bad drivers.
Yeah.
We fucking know it.
You know it every day. You go in traffic, and then they do stuff. They don't necessarily like they're drunk driving, but they show a shot of like alcohol being poured and people coming out of a club, and it's like, and you're intuiting stuff too, and then you can go even harder, like, ooh, I don't know if that driver could be dangerous.
They just broke up, so they're crying in a car together. They just lost someone or whatever. This person has rage.
Yeah.
Driving rage, which we know is a fact. And it's a really good commercial. But again, safety costs you your independence. It always has, and it always will.
Or it's like the flock cameras.
Yeah.
The arguments are, you get them.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if we have cameras everywhere that can track anyone at any time, it clicks up once in a while. Yeah, some cops are stalking women using it. But let's put that aside. If someone steals a car, they're easy to catch. If someone, they every time like there's like a murder or a gunfight, they're like, well, the flock cameras were able to identify the person. We were able to capture. So it's like, you understand that you're giving up your freedom for that sense of safety.
Right.
And then all these people who always talk about their freedoms are always like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'm like, yeah, but what about when they decide you are doing something wrong?
Yeah, I got an email from an author that I work with recently that was like, oh, I've been having to deal with all the wildfires. And I was like, oh, that's awful. She was like, I finally understand what displaced people feel. And I'm like, yeah, you MAGA bitch.
Yeah.
It's called empathy.
Yeah.
And it's something you don't have until it happens to you.
Exactly.
And these flock cameras, it's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
It 100% will, because it's about control, not your safety.
Yeah.
It's under the guise of safety, but it's all about control.
It's like with that Ring camera commercial that happened during the Super Bowl, where they were using their Ring cameras to locate a lost dog, and everyone's like, yeah, you're turning it all into a surveillance state.
Yeah.
You're trying to sell it to like, we can find your dog, we can find Fido.
You don't need to print out posters and go door to door.
But what you're also saying is like,
we can access your camera at any time to figure out what you're fucking doing.
we know your routines. We know when you go to the grocery store. We know when you do this and that. We can easily find you if we need to.
Yeah, terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Terrifying.
And that's Starlost.
Yeah, and that's Starlost. You give up your independence for quote-unquote safety. Safety is the guise of control.
Yeah.
So what is it you want? Freedom or control?
Yeah. And it is scary because, especially when you've been separated as we have as a society into distrusting one another. Because you're like, well, I want freedom for me, but I don't trust you people over there.
Yeah.
I don't, so maybe
I don't trust the person living across my street.
Yeah, so I don't trust them to be able to drive. I'm a good driver.
Right.
But I don't trust them as a driver, so maybe I do, it's that slippery slope. And it's...
Honestly, I was like, yeah, okay, bring in the Waymos. Because you know what I'm f***ing getting? A golf cart.
Yeah.
Or a f***ing bicycle.
Yeah. I mean, that's just going to end up happening. We're all going analog.
We're all going analog. Oh, man, the other day we were in a Target parking lot for whatever reason. And there was a 1995 Lexus on sale. And I was like, I want to buy that fucking car.
Right.
Not because it's good, but because it looks like shit, and I can make it uglier.
Yeah.
And it's going to be safer than any modern car.
Exactly.
And it's a shitty-ass Lexus. You know how I feel about Lexus.
Oh, my God.
They're the worst.
I feel the same.
The Lexus drivers are the worst. Talking about, bad drivers, Lexus drivers are the worst.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I want to go back to that.
Yeah.
To where I'm more in control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not constantly berated by ads.
Yeah.
I'm not constantly thrown subscription services.
Yeah.
I want to be free.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's angry.
Yeah.
Because they know they're not free.
Yeah.
We're all fucking prisoners here.
I mean, I do want to say, since we're going to wrap this up now, in this marathon podcast that we just did, but I do specifically want to thank Cam from Japan.
Yeah, 100%.
He sent this to me, and I looked at it, and I saw the surface level of Amish in space.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell Erin. I was like, I wanted it to be revealed.
Surprise reaction.
Revealed what this is about. This is one of the more interesting shows, and it does what I think good science fiction should do.
Yeah.
Which is make you think. And if Harlan Ellison didn't like it, I'm sorry, but I think it was a good job.
Yeah.
And now he did adapt it in a short story or a novella too, which I'm kind of interested to read that as well, to see what he wanted.
Yeah.
But I think given the constraints of television, particularly at the time, I think it did a good job.
Yeah.
It definitely leads towards conversation and thought-provoking things.
Absolutely, yeah.
Would we be in the situation we are now currently if more people had watched stuff like this? Probably, because we watched...
because the boomers watched it.
Yeah, that's true.
And they didn't fucking understand it at all.
The boomers are the worst.
The boomers are fucking stupid and selfish, period.
Yeah. But anyway... we will see you next time for whatever we decide to do. There's a couple out there that I still want to watch. So, but this was a fun one. So I appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
You have no station, no craft, no inheritance, no land. And your manner is noxious, hear me say it, your manner is noxious as water drawn from the waste conduit.